Hey skiers, I'm Jeff from skiessentials.com. Welcome to our 2025 ski test. Today we're talking about the Atomic Maverick 86C. Back again for 2025, just a cosmetic update. We do get two new Mavericks on the wide side with that 105 and 115, but the narrower skis, the 95 and down, all return with just new cosmetics. And I would say it's fair to say that this Maverick 86C gets often overlooked. The 88 Ti is right next to it in the catalog. Generally, when you've got a model that's branded with the Ti and then one next to it with the C, us ego-driven skiers are just, we naturally gravitate to the Ti model, the one that's more expensive. We just think that's more exciting. I don't know why. I think it's just human nature. But I have always thought that this Maverick 86C is a great ski and arguably a better choice depending on how you ski, where you ski, how fast you ski, all those kind of variables. So one thing that Atomic does very effectively in these Maverick skis is they keep the weight down. They call it their Omatic core, and it's basically in this 86C, it's just a lightweight wood core and then what they call carbon backbone or longitudinal carbon stringers. So that is a little bit different than the metal laminates we see in the Maverick Ti skis, but still really, really good construction. This is still a vertical sidewall ski. It does taper to cap just in the very tips and tails, but you know, a true vertical sidewall ski, carbon in its construction, a nice wood core, and you get a lot of performance out of those ingredients. So just because it's not the 88 Ti does not mean that this is a inferior ski. It is just different. Putting it on the scale here, this is a 176, 1,635 grams. So really lightweight. You know, that is going to be incredibly responsive, incredibly quick. And, you know, I think it's often hard for skiers to, like, disassociate things like weight and price with flex pattern. You know, I think it's people often assume that a ski is going to be relatively soft because it is cheap, and that's not necessarily true at all. Maybe there's some correlation there, but you know, a ski like the Maverick 86C here would definitely counter that theory because this is a pretty stiff flexing ski. There is give to it. You know, it does have a relatively round flex pattern. It's not like it's going to be completely fighting you, but it is absolutely a supportive and responsive flex pattern. And then this ski does share a very similar shape with that Maverick 88 Ti. Directional all-mountain ski here, 86 underfoot, much more tip rocker than tail rocker, and that's also combined with Atomic's Horizon Tech, So kind of, it's like slightly reverse mullet. It's party in the front, a little bit more business in the back, but that's generally true for a lot of all-mountain skis like this that are designed to do a lot of different things. Turn radius in this length is 18.2, so kind of a middle-of-the-road turn radius. This ski is definitely capable of making a multitude of different turn shapes and styles. What does this ski excel at? Who is it best for? I would say, you know, more of a less aggressive and or intermediate ability level is going to have a better experience on the Maverick 86C than they would on the 88 Ti. And I know that can be kind of hard to quantify sometimes. Like, am I less aggressive? Like, am I an intermediate skier or am I an advanced skier? And it's really, yeah, it can be a challenge. And I think the best way to approach that is to ask yourself what you do when you go skiing. You know, if most of your time on snow is spent on groomers or maybe some slight off-piste terrain and you're not skiing tremendously fast, then that is a perfectly reasonable skier for this Maverick 86C. I see so many people on the hill on any given day that are on stiffer, heavier, metal-clad skis, and they look to be struggling a little bit, and just probably a little bit of ego-driven decision-making there has led them into a ski that's arguably kind of unnecessary. Maybe it's not too much for them. They can handle it, but they're not really gaining anything or benefiting from it. So many people would love this Maverick 86C. It's easy to ski, but it's responsive and it's quick and it's fun. It comes across the fall line easily. You can ski it in the moguls. You can ski it in the trees on a low snow day. There's really a lot of stuff you can do with it. So I would venture a guess that still more people are going to kind of gravitate towards that 88 or 95 Ti. But yeah, give this thing some credit. Give it a little bit of attention. It might be for you. So that's it. That is the Maverick 86C. Let us know if you have any questions about it, and we will see you out there on the slopes.